this is Yolanda Vanveen, and in this segment we're going to talk about how to make a dish garden with succulents. Now, a dish garden is just a mini garden, or basically a house plant that you can put inside, or you can even put it outside with some succulents in it, and there's some tricks I can show you. When you're making a dish garden, you can use any type of a dish. You can use a bowl, you can use a vase, and you can use a dish right out of your dishwasher. But the key is make sure that it's big enough so that you can get at least 3 or 4 inches of soil in it. Now, I like to use just plain bowls or make it more of a terrarium type, and I found that they love the extra moisture too that they get in a terrarium type bowl. And first you add a lot of sand and gravel too for the bottom. I found that works really good because it gives it drainage, and yet you can give it a lot of moisture and the water will sit on the bottom, but it won't actually the roots won't be as wet as if it was all the way to the top. So the key is to keep it moist but never have water sitting in it, and when it's glass you can actually look to the bottom and it's great. So first you have some sand and some gravel, and then add some compost or potting soil or any organic type soil, and I found that they'll grow in gravel alone, but if you give them some soil it gives them so much more to grab onto, and they still eventually grow into the gravel, but they just seem to do much better. And when you're sticking the succulents in there, there's really no rhyme or reason, except I tried to put the larger ones to the middle and the smaller ones on the outside so that you can see them, and kind of just put my finger down there and make a little hole and then just add it. So as long as it has room to grow some roots, it'll come and grow. That's the great thing about succulents. They really don't even need to have any roots at all to grow. These were just pulled out of my front flower bed, and some of these I just broke right off. So the great thing about succulents is you don't need a root. You can even break off pieces and you just stick them along the sides and such. And as long as part of it is covered, especially wherever there's any root, you can just cover it. I just kind of put a little bit of dirt on the end of it, and it just seems to do really well. And then there's all types of succulents that you can use in a dish garden. And I love my hens and chicks, and I'm just pulling some of the dead foliage off the bottom, because here and there you will get dead foliage on some of them as they grow, especially I know the hen and chicks. If you let them dry out too, they die. But it's got a root, so just cover that root up. And just put that in there, and put that to the side so I can really see it from the outside. And then I've got other hens and chicks too, so you just keep adding to it. And before long, I just kind of put the pieces sideways, upside down. And the thing about succulents is that they'll just keep growing no matter what you do. I love the little rosette-shaped succulents too. They're just so beautiful. And these really, really show up well in a little terrarium or a dish garden, because you can really see all the foliage. So just stick that in as long as the roots are covered and the plants have some room to grow. I also like to divide them out a bit too, so kind of mix them up a little bit. And you don't even have to be that perfect, because the great thing about it is that they just kind of grow wherever they drop. So even if you're not that perfect with them, they will grow. And just make sure part of the plant is covered up, but they'll just set roots right into the plant wherever part is exposed. And that quickly you have a dish garden. And it might not look perfect right away, but I think they're really cute, and they will fill in within a few weeks even. They'll fill in quite a bit. And I love my dish garden. I just put it in the kitchen or put it in a bathroom, or you can even put it on your front patio, and it'll give you lots of rewards for many, many years. And another trick, even outside too, if you have ice storms or snow, if you just cover it up with a little bit of a plastic cover, or glass cover is even better, and just leave it covered up for the winter and then take the cover off in the spring, it'll do really well. Because you want to keep it on the dry side, so even throw it in the eaves, or make sure that when you water it, you let it dry out completely and then water it again, and you'll find you'll have a beautiful succulent dish garden.